Lloyd, is he made to conquer? We'll see today. Vodacom, Durban, July, 4.25 million rand, stand by. It's time to release the gates, and they fired on their journey. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. 1,500 to go, and made to conquer, and Jeff Lloyd by a neck. White River shaking his head. There's absolutely no speed on, and Jeff Lloyd's about to commit on made to conquer. Made to conquer now, ridden to respond. Fiorella, Matador Man's on the outside. Do it again, gets into the shake-up, and Fiorella's there. Made to conquer, African Night Sky. Matador Man, do it again, and Elusive Silver running on. Do it again, made to conquer, Elusive Silver. Majestic Mumbo, do it again by a neck. Made to conquer's on the inside. Do it again in front, and it's do it again by a length and a half. Do it again, shakes the ground beneath him. Made to conquer second, Elusive Silver third.
Your agent Dees Dynant is conducting a press conference, but to all intents and purposes, I think the most important thing was to come back here for your sons and to see if you could establish a mark on that Vodacom Durban July trophy, which so nearly happened.
Look, it's been a great day, and I'm so happy the horse ran well. I know he couldn't have done any better, and that's all. As I said before, as long as there's no excuses, I'm happy with that. And second's better than the thirds that I've had through my whole career. And I know my kids and my wife and my mother and mother-in-law, they were all here, and I know they had a good shout. And it's a race, well, it's eluded me, but I had a lot of fun trying to win it.
Now, if you take a look about 30 meters to the left there, you'll see a plaque that's dedicated to Benjamin Johnson, one of the greatest men that this country's ever seen in horse racing, and quite ironic that his son should run first and second with Bernard Cantor and partners, and that's the horse that you actually asked for.
Yeah, originally when I was studying form, and he was a horse that caught my eye when I went through all his runs, and quickly got on the phone to Justin, and he said, look, I'll see how we're going, but if he doesn't get Bernard's weight, probably Anton will ride him, and but keep it open and we'll try and find somebody else. So, well, you know, they do all the work and they deserve it, but yeah, he was the horse that caught my eye originally.
Now, on Wednesday, quite a unique situation transpired. We were out at Summerfelt and there was a groom strike, and Justin ended up riding some of his own horses. One of them was Do It Again, and he couldn't stop enthusing about the horse, but you rode your horse, and I think your horse did everything that you expected of him, and you did project that he's going to be an outstanding 4-year-old.
Yeah, as I said before, I think he also could win the Gold Cup, no problem with that. I think he proved today when challenged, he rallied close to the line, he didn't get away from me, and they ran away from the third horse. So, you know, he's a real laid-back horse. I would have liked to have gone a little bit, probably harder a little bit earlier, but he's so switched off, and I actually had to wait for a horse to come and join me for him to concentrate. So he's a real laid-back, switched off horse, which we all want in these stayers, and he's going to get better. He's a lovely horse.
Everybody predicted a slow place, but I mean, seriously, we're dealing with top jocks around the world here.
You know what? You know, owners have this thing about the way their horses, when they've won, that's how they think they must always be ridden. And we all know, you know, horses can come from last off a fast run race and they can lead and win as well. It was a crawl early, and a few had me early in the race. First couple of furlongs had more speed than me, and I had to wait for them to anchor, and then I moved on. And as I say, I would like to have gone a little bit harder, but at the same time, he is a younger horse, still progressing, and you don't want to put him in the deep end too much. And as I say, he done me proud. I thought I couldn't have done any more, and he ran well.
Okay, let's talk very briefly about your trip. I'm sure you're going to have incredible fond memories of whether it's visiting Patrick Shaw or whether it's going to functions or whatever it is, but try and compress this week here in South Africa?
I was just in awe of the support I got, the coverage we received. It was great seeing everybody. That was probably the highlight. Catching up with Alistair Gordon, Dennis Bosch. Yeah, to catch up with everybody years down the line and see how that we're all aging, and we all got good spirits. We still love the game. That was a highlight for me, and this is secondary to all that. But as I say, I would have been disappointed if I didn't do myself proud, and I did. I thought I rode well. I thought the horses ran well, and I'm going home happy. I thought Dee's done it's not easy to get good rides on these big days. The big stables are all got their jockeys, so it's tough. And I thought he did a good job. I thought all my horses had a chance, and they ran accordingly. Well done to him, and as I say, I thought a lot of my horses ran well today.
Well done, guys. Well done, Governor. You're beauty. Oh, beautiful.
And the boys, obviously, there are plans for Jaden to come back in December. Zach must have enjoyed his time at the academy, the place that means so much to you and so many other jockeys who have excelled from that academy.
It's great to go back and see it all, and all the riding masters and how the kids progress, how we all started, all getting taken off around the track. And my little boy Zach, he got bolted with around there too. And it's all growing up. It's all what makes us become jockeys. And I was very proud of both of them, the way they've improved. Yeah, Jaden couldn't have impressed me more. He's got a lot stronger, and he managed horses that he couldn't manage a couple of months ago. And Zach I threw in the deep end, and he went to Summerfeld, Ashburton. I thought handled himself very well. They're both good, fine young men. They both were in the jockey room today for the first time in their lives. Been in a jockey room and done my kit and saw that side of it. And my little daughter, she's never interested in racing, but I think even this got her excited. And everyone had a great day. My wife, I think she would have gone home happy.
Well, I want to put the lid in it and say to you that most composers of music and most great artists only get appreciated long after they die. But we think in South Africa that you are truly a legend in your own lifetime, and we're delighted and honoured to have had you here in South Africa for this short time.
I appreciate it. And as I say, it's been wonderful, and I can't thank you enough for how you've put this together, how you got us together in Australia, and what you've done here to put this whole package together means a lot to my family and me. And I know Nicola, for one, has worked hard with you. I'm not the best person with emails and SMSs, and I know the two of you have been back and forth trying to get this right, and it means a lot to me, and I thank you from our hearts. Yeah.
South African people miss you, and we'll be following you probably even more keenly now with hopefully Jaden being able to get that Vodacom Durban July win.
Yeah, I told them both. I said, well, I haven't looked like I got it. They were all telling me, the jockey, you've got to come back next year. I said, yeah, leave me alone.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, getting closer. But it would be wonderful if my kids ride in Australia, and I know this will mean a lot to them, so maybe they will come back and try and do it for me.